Eagle. Oh, and Ebert. Oh, jeez, why did I forget it? I think that was his real last name.
I mean, it's just gonna end up being Millie and JV at the movies. Like Ebert and whoever at the movies.
I really feel like
At the
I
movies.
love that. Millie and JV at the movies.
At the movies. Yeah.
I think we need to get paid to do this.
Mhm.
Look, call us.
Mhm.
We'll go to your movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And if
You know who I want to call us? Yeah, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
M. Night Shyamalan. Call us.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay. What about who was the director of Girls Trip? We get to call him. Let's call him.
Yes.
Yes.
We need to see a girls' trip too. I think they're doing one.
They are doing a Girls Trip.
Mhm.
Oh yes, Girls Trip too.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's got to
We
be
should be
funny, guys. It's got to be better than a.
Nothing
Stop
might
making
not-
these second movies that are not as funny as the
I
first
think it's
one.
like Malcolm Lee.
Don't
Malcolm
do
Lee,
it.
call us.
Just don't do it.
Don't I have your phone number? I
Yeah.
don't.
It's got to be funny.
Gotta be funny.
Yeah, I've seen too many of them. I tell you, the one I was disappointed too was the third Fockers one. I forget what the
Oh, but
name
you
of it
can't
was.
do. There was a
but the
third
first-
Fockers.
The first and the second one was funny.
Meet the Fockers
The
and Meet the Parents.
The third
There was a
one,
third Fockers.
Yeah, and I can't remember,
I
but
wouldn't have-
I went on the Thanksgiving day to see it.
How long ago was that?
Boring. It was so boring. Yeah, it was a few years back, but it was not funny, not at all.
Okay, great.
So I need you to be as funny as the first one.
We need you.
Like that first one. Oh my good, the cat,
Oh, the cat.
hilarious.
Love, love, love.
Oh my goodness.
Love, love,
And if you're a
love.
pet lover, which some of us are here, then you will love that.
Look, so thank you guys for tuning in. We are signing off of Facebook
Yes.
Live. We appreciate you. We know you guys went to the movies. Thank you for calling in. We thank our studio audience. We were very, very excited. Tune in next week. We're going to have something new and exciting for you. We promise. Bye-bye, guys.
Promise. Outta here.
Bye. Out of here. Pretty deuces. Bye-bye.
It's called Little Fockers.
Gotcha.
Now you tell us. What?
Say what?
What? Streaming.
All right.
Hey guys, you've got. Hey, look, I'm Millie in the City, your hostess with the mostest.
And I'm the real JV Jones. Y'all need to check.
I don't know
us
why
out
you
on
try to say it's sexy.
Facebook.
Don't you have your own show for your sexiness?
Someone said you should always be sexy. That's what they told
I'm
me.
not. Sorry, you won't get it from me. You just get it from her. I promise. We are still streaming live, and we are very, very excited. We want to thank everybody for joining in. Want to thank our sponsors,
Yes.
DCN. Oh, look, and then look also, you have got to be at the 5th Annual Comedy with a Purpose Toy Drive and Awards Reception.
Yes.
When is it, JV?
It is Saturday, December the 8th, 5 p.m., Ivy City Smokehouse. We are going to be honoring so many individuals that
That
are
deserve it.
doing, oh my God, they
Yes.
are just so awesome.
Ah.
And you really need to come out
toys
and
for
support
tots.
them and bring some unwrapped
Bring
toys.
some unwrapped
for the
toys for the
kids.
babies.
And the
Come on.
homeless, we're collecting blankets. Need y'all to
That's
go
my favorite part.
to 2018 CWAPTD.eventbrite.com. That stands for Comedy with a Purpose Toy Drive. .eventbrite.com. Need y'all. Oh, and let's not forget Quiet Storm Band. They're going to be. When I tell you, you're going to have a great time. You're going to really have an awesome time. So come on out, help us support those that are doing big things in the community
Big
and
things.
help the kids.
Oh,
You know, this is the time of the year that a lot of families are
Yes, ma'am.
struggling,
yes, ma'am.
and they just need something for the children. It's not
Yes,
even
ma'am.
a lot of times about the parent. It's
I
really
agree.
it's about the
It's
children.
about the babies. Yep.
Yeah, it is.
JV, I agree with you
And,
1000%.
You know, and a lot of kids now are wanting to play games, like the board games.
Yes, we are
You
getting
know,
back to that.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know, and it gives the parents an opportunity to spend that
absolutely.
family time with the kids.
We need to go
We've
back.
just
Yeah.
gotten away so much
Yes, ma'am.
from, you know, the family time with just sticking them with a tablet and like
Yes, ma'am.
going over there, Ralph, and break the internet.
You are still on this route breaks the internet.
They learn how to do stuff on that tablet and computer, and then they go break the internet. But yeah, we need y'all to come out and help support, and we would really,
Yeah.
really appreciate making these children happy, putting a smile on their face.
Yes.
And that's what we do. It's all about the kids, guys. That's what it is. It's all about the kids.
Y'all gonna need to check us out. Facebook, Connect the City Minute. We've got your up-to-date news. We need your opinions. You can email us at connectthecityradio@gmail.com. We'll answer you. We'll talk about it. You may have a good show idea also.
Definitely.
And JV,
Hit
you
us
can
up.
hit
Where
us
should they
up.
hit us up at?
connectthecityradio@gmail.com.
There you go.
Tuesdays at 7 p.m., guys.
Call in.
Call in. It's interactive radio.
That's right.
Love it.
Real talk, real people.
Real talk, real people. Are we still doing that, or are we doing the straight entertainment? No, Jason.
It's always about real talk and real people.
I love
care
your
what we're
comebacks. I
doing.
love that. JV's got to get ready for some interviews, guys. So we have got to go.
What's my name, Morgan? Yeah, female, right?
We are out of here.
We are out of here, guys. We don't want to stream. You have to stream. We didn't get as many views as I would like on that one. Good show.
So,
One now.
you hold on,
Yes.
give me 1 minute.
Yeah,
Give
she
me
can
one.
just sit right there.
What, the other one comes first, the one that was already here, he goes
Mhm.
first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come second.
Okay.
The problem with Blog Talk, I'm trying to figure out how to fix it.
You ready?
1 minute. Problem with Blog Talk, I'm trying to figure out how to fix it, is don't use them using Blog Talk. That's why they use mixers. Because you
Say that
can't-
again.
That's why they use mixers, like the ones we got at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can control when stuff comes in, because on the computer, or it's on the thumb drive, so you can control it.
As
Okay.
opposed to it being through Blog Talk.
Yeah, try to hit the button, I'm sitting there watching the damn thing just spin, I'm like,
Oh, I've been there.
yeah, so I'm sitting there watching
But
it spin.
my concern is there are people calling in.
Nobody called in.
Yeah, but why all of a sudden nobody's calling in? I'm being honest. We've had people call in and tune in.
Nobody's called in.
For this
One lady
subject,
said, Amika said she checked in and she heard nothing.
she
Check
called
their
in.
web.
She said checked in. And then I think Darius tried to call in. Is there a problem with the call in?
See, that's something you would know, because I don't.
Until this, I'm not being funny, I've always had people call in. They would show up. This
Well,
is the
you-
first time
you should-
since we've been here, no call-ins.
You should have told me, I'll try to call off my phone.
But I did tell you.
No, I mean, if you said she tried to call in, or Mika tried to call in, you should have said that.
You were busy. You weren't paying attention to the show. I said it out loud so that you can hear it.
You say she actually, you did not say Mika tried to call in. You said Mika call in, not tried to call in. There's a
Okay.
difference.
All right, JD, we're gonna move out your way, baby.
Oh, you got good news on next week for your show. Congratulations.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
no
what?
idea.
Her
And
other
then he
show-
said, call me, and I'm just like, you don't see me on the show.
Her other show, the guy said, I got some big news for you.
Oh, okay.
What other show?
The one that
Beyond
she
Me.
do, Beyond Me.
You say you got some good news.
Yeah,
Yeah,
post it
I
on Facebook.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you did. We'll see. Call in a minute. So good luck. Happy interview. And I can't wait to see it. Post it.
I'm gonna put it on DC Night.
You
gonna
need these?
You gonna lie
that's
to me
fine.
like?
You need all this? Okay. Oh, wow. Let me get my stuff. What's this? What's this?
That
Yeah,
holds,
that's it.
that holds the tablet.
Okay, sorry. That's why I need not to touch. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, them red bottoms is high.
That's yours or hers?
That's hers.
Oh, it's hers, right?
What's this? Drink for the chair?
I had no idea. We'll get the first one in. You gonna lie with these down like, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on one moment, let me make sure I got everything.
Come on.
I just need.
Can I get my charger?
Sure,
No.
You need me to do what?
No, you don't.
no,
You need me or him?
I was talking to her.
Okay.
JV is on this thing.
Okay, cool.
Good evening.
Good evening. Is it okay to have the computer?
Give me
Yeah,
one more second to get the rest
here.
of my stuff.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
What is, I need to get your name.
You want me to write it down for you?
Actually, I need a pen. Daryl, you got a pen?
No, I have a pen.
Oh, it's LaPoetess
Plenty of
Blue.
pens, some-
LaPoetess.
You can just
That's my
call me
son.
Blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the first part is LaPoet, like a poet, LaPoetess Blue.
Okay,
Just
that's
call me
fine.
Blue. Blue is fine.
LaPoetess Blue.
Love the
So-
hair.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
gonna be getting in touch with you about the music.
Yes.
and everything.
I'm very excited
This
about
is
that,
your
thank
book
you.
here.
This is not my book. My book is coming out.
Okay,
It hasn't
okay.
come out yet. Oh, God, I hope I don't have, I have my number right.
You are author, and what else I want to put on here?
Okay.
Author, and so I'm saying we're live.
Okay, I am an author, I am an educator, I am a poet and a songwriter.
So I'm gonna just put two things. Which ones would you like?
Well, you
I'm
can
gonna
just
your
say,
name.
author and poet.
Okay.
I'm also educator, so.
And you can talk about, that'd be great.
I'll be mindful of it.
And make sure I'm
Give me
saying,
the pen.
I knew I was doing it.
Okay.
I couldn't stop.
All right, you're still live, okay? So talk to the people.
okay, will do. Yes, we are getting ready to
This
go
your man,
live
Abdi Shaheed.
on
We're still
DC
live and we're talking to JG. All right, this is behind the scenes. And we also have the lovely author,
LaPoetess Blue,
LaPoetess Blue.
just call me Blue. Yes, that is.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to move that way out of the way. Y'all look at some behind the scenes. We get ready to go bro. We're already live. So this is some behind the scenes. All right.
Just like the color.
No? That's your bag right there, that's JV.
I have two black bags.
Oh,
Right.
You moved my bags?
No
You
beverage.
touched them? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. So we are getting ready to go live with LaPoetess Blue. Love, love,
2 minutes.
love the
2
name.
minutes, y'all can finish dialoguing.
We're gonna having a little, our interns are learning this thing tonight. We
That's
just-
awesome. I love it that you have interns.
Yes, we always like to make sure that
The
we
young
teach,
people.
yes, always.
Yes.
It's always about the young.
It is so wonderful that you do that.
Always, yes.
I love that.
Yep,
I wish some of
So
my
I-
high school students could become your interns.
right, exactly.
I know that they would love to, because we need more of your programming at our school.
Always,
High school.
always. You know, I was just saying to Millie in the city that it's about the young people.
It is.
You know, we've already done our thing.
Don't forget the veterans.
We have to make sure that the young people are ready for, just gonna say it and be real, the mess that we're giving.
Absolutely.
We're leaving them a mess. So, and we gotta take care of our seniors and our veterans.
Yes, we do.
We gotta give back, guys. We gotta stop taking and start giving. So it's all about the young folks, it's all about the seniors, and it's all about the veterans. And it is our job to do that.
We're
So-
fully equipped for it, and so we just have to step up and do it.
Yes.
And that'll be something about when we get to my book. I'll talk about how the stories cross genres and they cross age, age levels
Okay,
and the experiences of the characters in my book.
that's great. Okay, sounds good. I guess we are almost ready, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and go live, and we're just gonna start. I just want to introduce, guys, real quick, as we are getting ready to interview LaPoetess Blue. As you can see, we are just in our studio, It's all about just spreading the word about people out here that are doing things that are, giving back. And Miss LaPoetess Blue is one of those people. So we're thankful and blessed to have her here tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to get started in a minute, but I just wanted to say that for me, I'm all about the energy. It's always about the energy.
That's
and
important.
so from you, I get that great energy.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, and I
get
felt
great
that.
energy
Yeah,
from
I
you,
felt
too.
that from the beginning. And
Yes,
so
it's kind of a,
the-
you're kind of a natural, and you have vibrancy about you. And I have this, they call it a disability, but I think it's a gift from God. And I have synesthesia. And
Okay.
synesthesia is a neurological disability in which it's kind of like your senses are all tangled up in a way.
Okay.
So you see things in colors. So
Mm.
like, if my mother were to say with me when I was a child, come in the house for dinner, I would hear her in golden. Like her voice would appear in a golden hue to me.
Really?
Because or if I hit the C note on the bass, it might be yellow. So when I was learning, I don't want to take up too much time with my disability,
But that's
um,
interesting. I've never heard of that before.
it's synesthesia, and so when I was learning my colors when I was really young, maybe they would say, okay, blue is spelled BLUE, but my blue might be red. So it's a neurological sensory thing, but I think it has developed into a kind of a gift because like when I meet people,
Okay.
It's gonna be a 15 or 20.
15?
We're going to shoot for 15.
All right,
Okay.
15, I'll let you know if you're at 5,
Okay.
Okay.
okay? Ignore me, the camera's here. Don't focus on the camera all the time.
Okay.
Interact with each other
Yes.
in the camera.
Okay. It'll be easy to interact with
Yes.
Okay.
JV because
Yes.
she's got a lovely personality.
All right,
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna count y'all down.
Okay.
So guys, we're getting ready to get started. Just stay tuned. We got some juicy stuff coming
A
your
little
way.
technical.
3, 2,
So I am here this evening, the real
Stop, stop,
JV
stop, stop, stop.
Jones. No.
okay. Trying to get your voice right. You
Okay.
don't have to yell,
Okay.
just talk your normal tone.
Okay.
Got the levels and everything set.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha. Okay. Get a little excited, guys. He has to calm me down.
I'm excited to be here,
3,
JV, with you.
2,
The real JV Jones is here with LaPoetess Blue. Love the name.
I am so
Love,
happy that
love
you
the
do,
name.
JV.
I was just telling her that I love her energy, and I want y'all to know that she's a beautiful lady. She has shared so much of what she's doing, and I just want her to share everything with you all. So I'm just gonna let her just take it and run with it. Like, tell me what you're about. I hear you're an author, that you have a book coming out, so I just want to hear it all.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And your energy is very potent and vibrant, and I feel very comfortable being here with you. The book that I have coming out is called A Mosaic of Madness. And we were discussing earlier, JV and myself, that I have it's not rare, a lot of people have synesthesia. And it's when your senses are kind of out of whack, so you might see your letters in different colors, or you might hear something that looks like it's a yellow sound, or something that's a red sound. So in the book, A Mosaic of Madness, when you think of a mosaic, you think of colors.
You do.
You know, you think of don't you kind of think about a stained glass church window when you think about a mosaic
Yes.
sometimes? So when you think about a beautiful thing like that, that's my cover
Okay.
of my book. Is a mosaic, and
Mm.
but A Mosaic of Madness is really a sad and kind of compelling, I'm hoping, and joyful story at times about 7 African American, very creative people of various genres and various ages who have a descent into madness, and their journey as they're making it through maybe sometimes homelessness, mass incarceration, police brutality, rape, abuse, and so much more. And the misdiagnosis of the Negro is what I call it.
Wow.
You know, because a lot of times in our veterans. I have 3 veterans in the book.
Okay.
And I have 2 young people. We talk about those young people and their energy and their struggle. And I have 2 females in the book, and I'm one of them.
Okay.
So they're not true stories, but they're based on truth.
Okay.
So I put myself in the book, and the book is a Mosaic of Madness, and each story has the word madness in it. May I give them the titles?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So the first one is Purple. I saw the aura of purple. And it's naked in the shadow of his madness. And the second one is Beautiful Madness. Third one, Please Don't Give That Madman the Mic. But the person's name is Mike, M-I-K-E, so it's a play on the mic.
Right.
The third one is Poetic Madness. Then the fourth one is Madness on Canvas. Musical Genius of Madness is the sixth one. And lastly, Orchestrator of Madness. Because the narrator of the story is orchestrating all of the madness through her eyes. So it's a combination of 7 stories and multiple poems and even images. Because I wanted to give adults, because it's an adult book, it has a lot of sex and real traumatic stories in there. I mean, I'm not saying that all ages can't read it, because I am a librarian by trade, so I really like people to read ahead of their age level.
Yes.
But the poetry in there is, some of it is very, colorful in a different way.
Yeah, it almost sounds to me like all of us will see a little bit of ourselves in it.
That is such a good observation. I'm
Yes.
hoping that you
Yeah.
will. And in writing this, it was painful in a way, because I was dealing with a lot of my friends, or maybe some family members, or even just myself, who have had the unfortunate journey or the journey with others through madness. And you just be amazed at so many African American people who are in jail and prison who are mentally ill.
Yes.
And they don't jail people with cancer for having a chronic illness of cancer or heart disease, but they will jail a mentally ill person who has schizophrenia or schizoaffective or PTSD, like our veterans often
Yes.
had. They will take them
Often.
straight to jail. Not if they're, and this is not a racist statement, this is a true statement. The onset of mental illness is not it is pretty colorblind. It's the treatment of the people that is not colorblind. Because an African American male who acts out in, let's say, the
Yes.
state of Virginia, will go to jail. They'll go right to Fairfax County Adult Detention Center, and their white counterpart will go to Fairfax County Psych Ward
Yes.
in the hospital. So this is what the book
And the
depicts.
treatment is not the same.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is nowhere near the same. So I have pictures. I wish I could show you, or show the audience, the drawings that I have. A very talented artist by the name of Juan Sugars. I feel like I want to show you, but then the audience can't see it, and we'll be sort of like looking over here, like saying, "Oh, the pictures."
No, we're gonna make sure that, especially when you have your book, that you'll be able to come back and share more with us. So looking forward to
I
that.
want to say the research project, part of it was intense.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to tell a story about mental illness and gun control and colors and things of that nature without doing the research. So I got to push some books there. It's a really good book called Insane, and the author's name is Alicia Hicks, and she talks about her journey into interviewing mentally ill people in the prisons and the jails across this country.
Bet you that's sad.
It is a very sad story, and when these mentally ill people go to jail, they are tortured because the correctional officers don't know how to handle them, and they think that they're acting out deliberately, but they're hearing voices. So sometimes they put them in solitary confinement. So one of my stories, Madness on Canvas, is about a young African American male who is in his senior year at a prestigious HBCU for
Okay.
men.
Okay.
And in his senior year, he starts really having a journey into madness because of societal ills. He's in Atlanta and he's thinking, why in my senior year am I learning about Dante's Inferno, which is about you know, Italian people who are dwelling in the levels of hell, as we all know, because we probably had to read it Dante's Inferno when we were in school many moons ago, because I'm pretty
Many
old.
moons.
And so he says to his professor, Doctor, because I'm not going to name the name, why am I learning about white people's descent into hell when I'm at a prestigious HBCU and I could be reading Ta-Nehisi Coates or James Baldwin or something like that,
Right.
because black people have the realms of hell all their lives.
Mm-hmm.
We have the
And can
levels
learn
of
those
hell.
same stories.
Yes.
Mhm.
So he questions and then he's, you know, gets in a confrontation. So then it looks as if he's attacking the professor. And when the police come, it looks bad for him.
Okay.
And he's taken away. And then basically, I tell the story of his descent into madness in solitary confinement.
Okay.
And, you know, the other woman, Naked in the Shadow of His Madness, that's a woman who her husband is mentally ill, and she's hiding in a closet when the story begins. And she's hiding in this closet, and she's away from all the light. Are there spiders in here? I think about spiders. Why am I thinking about spiders when outside my door is my husband with a bar semi-automatic gun looking to kill me while a child is inside of me? And so the story
Wow.
just continues, and her journey and his descent into madness from childhood, and she's just hiding, and she's afraid that the baby and she will perish. So each story has kind of a,
So you're right. It's many different people's life.
yeah,
within
different
that
people's lives
one book.
intertwining in a road of madness. And I know that sounds really kind of bleak, but my goal, JV, is to have it completed and to maybe market it to Netflix.
Okay.
Because we have many stories on Netflix about people that have mental illness, but none of people with color.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's not all sad. I mean, you've got some, in Beautiful Madness, we talk about this beautiful man who is somewhat of a narcissist, and women are always goosing when he's, you know, walking by. And then you talk about a woman who, you know, she's heartbroken, you know, because she's been dumped, like some of us have more than one time.
Yes.
And this beautiful man comes to pursue her and give her a reason to smile, but he's mentally ill. So their journey is a tragic love story,
Wow.
you know, and he's a veteran. And the PTSD just robs them of their joy. So each story has its own
And so it's one novel or book.
of seven different stories. Seven
short
different
stories.
short stories. And
Okay.
I wouldn't call them short, JV. They're kind of long. But
Well, you know, it just takes me back to my younger years where that was a big thing. You had books that were full of short stories.
yeah,
And I like that.
I
You
like
know,
that too.
and we kind of, I've talked recently about going back to basics, going back to the way things were years ago. You know, it's nothing wrong with new days and new technology, but, you know, going back to the board games
I
of
think so.
families, you know,
Our
being
words were
together.
better.
And, you know, so
You know,
I love that you're
vocabulary.
doing something that gives you that feel of, you know, what we were reading back some years back.
Yes, and then even like in the story about the young man who is a musician, I talk about our traditions because we
that's
have
awesome.
such
We need that.
rich traditions about. It starts with Thanksgiving, and that, you know, the mother's making corn pudding,
All of
and
that.
she's making
All of
hog moss,
that.
and she's making sweet potato pies, and the men are in the kitchen. I mean, the women are in the kitchen cooking and talking trash. The men are in the
All of that.
recreation room watching football,
Yes.
talking about women and women that they had, women that they want to have. And then there comes this young man at 4 years old who hears on one of the HBCUs they play When the Saints Go Marching In, and he's given a toy harmonica for his Christmas present.
Oh, wow.
And then they hear during the meal him playing. They hear this 2-2-2-2, 2-2-2-2, 2-2-2-2-2, and they don't know where it's coming from, and it's
Such
in
a
the
dying
midst of,
art.
you know, one of the uncles talking about a woman he's pursuing, and then everybody says, "Where's that sound?" So they see this young man
Yes.
at 4 playing When the Saints Go Marching In verbatim, and that young boy goes on to be a musical genius of madness.
Yes.
So each story I know I'm giving the book away.
No,
Each
it's
story
nothing wrong with
and
that.
had to,
It makes you really want to, and
I want
I'm
y'all to
sorry we're
read
running
it.
out of time.
I know, but
Because I could sit here all night long.
could I read one poem?
Sure.
Okay, it's one poem from the book. All right, and I'll do it quickly. So, in this one poem, it's this gun control thing we're going through here. And so I wrote this poem about one of the boys that says, he's just saying, well, I might as well carry a big gun because you're always watching me, always trying to take away my dignity, separate my family, emasculate the brothers so we won't be free. In our physicality, bondage of the mind, we're out of time. I think it's a time to rewind to the letter of Willie Lynch to see who is the marvel and just who is the Grinch. We've been bearing those shackles and chains ever since. Hell, I might as well carry a big gun, 'cause colonizer, you got one, and you gonna shoot. Doesn't matter if we pray, rob, or loot. You wanna kill our spirit, so let's hear it. I'm gonna walk with swag and bravado, come looking for peace like a black desperado, slinging my gun, nowhere to run. Brothers of the sun, let's join as one till the day of carrying a big gun is done.
Wow.
So that's one of them.
Love that.
One of the poems.
You know,
So I know my time
well,
is
you know
up.
what? That's something that I speak on a lot is gun control. We actually did a show on that. So thank you for that because it's a big issue.
And
A
I'm-
real big issue.
And I'm big on that too with my youth and my high school, and we're activism high school. May I say the name of the high school?
Yeah.
School Without Walls High School in Northwest Washington. We're big activists. We march for Trayvon Martin. We march for, all of the deceased. We march for the Orlando. We've done all the marching.
That's
We
awesome.
continue to march.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Guys,
having me.
thank you for joining. I hope y'all got a chance to get acquainted with LaPoetess Blue. She is so awesome. Educator, poet, author. I'm missing something. But guess what? She's going to come back because she's going to
The book's
have the
coming
book
out.
with her, and y'all are going to go buy it. It's too
I can
bad.
give them my website if you
Please
like.
do.
Okay, it's
And your
Blue.
social media, too.
Thank you. It's Blue Lotus Illumination.com from the Blue Lotus flower from Africa. And everything else is the same on IG, Twitter, and Facebook.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, I'm in the community network. And I am the real JV Jones. My intern is telling me what to do, guys. So you just bear with me here.
She's doing a great job.
But thank you so much. We
for
are
having
out
me.
of here.
Okay, thank you.
And we're going to make sure that we bring her back so she can just tell you about her book and just hold it up and say,
And you
"Buy
can
the
get a
book."
copy.
Yes. And she's going to sign
Maybe
it.
it'll go on Netflix.
Yes. We're out of here. The real JV Jones, LaPoetess Blue. Check her out. Out of here, guys.
Thank you so much.
And this was a DC Nightlife exclusive.
Yeah, I love it.
Once again, we want to thank everybody tuning in. It's your man Abdul Shaheed with JV Jones, DC Nightlife. Make sure y'all guys come back to our live show. We're going to see her a lot of places. This is kicking off her own show. Thanks so much for the author. The JV,
Thank you.
kicking off your first show, how you feel?
Oh, I love it. And look, we have another author coming our way. Y'all stay tuned because we're going to be doing some big things here at In the Community Network TV.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Listen, y'all guys, as always, we behind the scenes, and right now we got.
Hello.
Say-
Interview Miss Morgan Holland.
She put her heels on before.
Oh, yeah. And look, she is sexy. Oh, yes. We love beautiful people that are beautiful inside and out. Oh, look at here, look. Okay, we got to. Matter of fact, I did not get my picture.
Well, you can get your,
Why don't
She-
you, Miss LaPoetess Blue, can we take a quick picture before she leaves?
sure. Are you leaving or you staying?
Are you staying or
She
you
gotta go.
leaving? You gotta go?
It's just my son.
Yeah, let me take a quick picture. We're gonna
Okay.
take a quick picture, just give me 1 second. And I just definitely want to post
do it on my
a
phone.
picture.
Real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, take this picture. Guys, stay tuned 1 second, I'm gonna be right with you with Miss Holland. But we are gonna take a quick picture,
right
just
there,
come,
quick.
yeah, just come right around this way. And we're just gonna get us a quick picture here.
In front of the sign, thank you.
Okay,
Community sign.
Sam.
I think I want to be behind it.
The sign here, the sign here, behind you.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Stay up.
All right.
I see 1 second, please. One more. Now, hold on, give me a grip and grin, shake hands, please. Hey, y'all can go closer to the handshake. Don't y'all know what a grip and grin is?
Now, what's the gripping grin?
The grip and grin.
You shake hands. A normal handshake. Yeah, that's a grip and grin, okay? That's what politicians do, start a grip and grin. 1, 2, 3, and
Stay there.
got it.
Thank you.
Stay there. Two more, stay there.
One more.
Two.
On a grip and grin.
Okay.
Yeah.
One. Head back up now.
So he can see the sign.
One more. Thank you.
You get my good side.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Go
Don't
get-
sit down, don't sit down.
Might as
I'm
well
gonna
go
do-
ahead and take
I'm
them
gonna do-
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Stay tuned,
Okay,
guys, we're
sweetie.
gonna be right with you, we just getting our formalities out the way. Might as well go ahead and take a quick picture here.
Okay, merge, love yourself to fit.
In the community network.
And she got the.
Tune
blue one.
in.
Thank you so much.
Numbers, tune in, guys. All right, we're gonna take one together, and then we'll take one apart, okay?
Watch my camera behind you.
Okay, thank you so much for everything, I appreciate it.
Not a problem, here we go.
If you need some music, my son has some.
Okay, here we go. I got it right
Okay. All right, guys, we're coming at you right now. Thank you so much for being patient.
A little
And
bit.
my-
That's enough for them. Get the chin right. Sitting on your phone? Did your phone sit on?
Yeah.
Okay.
if you don't mind, you can also take another picture of us sitting here together right now. Hold the book up, if you care to.
Listen, the book goes back over here.
Okay, great.
Then she's gonna give you the book on there.
Okay, cool.
All right, it's gonna be a 15-minute interview. I'm gonna count you down, 3, 2, 1. Do your introductions, make sure you give your hashtags, all your social media stuff towards the end, and any other pertinent information you need to give. Okay?
All right. Well, I just want to thank you for coming in this evening.
Oh, thank you for having me. So excited to be here.
Yes.
Three. You got exactly 15 minutes, okay?
All right.
3, 2.
Well, the real JV Jones is here this evening with Morgan Holland. I just want to thank you so much for coming by to visit us in our studio. And let me tell you, everybody, you're going to love this young lady. I'm going to let her tell you all about herself, but you are in for such a treat. I need you to sit back, listen, and make sure you pay attention, okay? Just not only listen, but pay attention. But anyway, thank you so much. And look, tell us about, let me see that wonderful book. Oh,
The
my
Merge,
goodness,
Love
the
Yourself to
Love.
Freedom.
Yes.
This is book 1 in a trilogy. Book 2 is already done. It'll be out in 2 months, in January.
All right, I love
And
it.
3 comes out in June, so.
Love Yourself to Freedom. The
Yes.
title alone is amazing. So, but I'm gonna let her tell you all about it and all about herself. So, who is Morgan Holland?
Okay. So my name is Morgan B. Holland. I am a life coach and an author.
Okay.
I recently, well, I guess it's been a little over a year. In 2017, I left my job to go full time in my business and to write The Merge, Love Yourself to Freedom. And since then, my life has been moving very quickly. Once I decided to follow my inner guidance, follow my authentic voice, and live life on my terms. And so that initial shift, it came about when actually I lost my cousin in 2012, tragically. And it was difficult every winter, every holiday, and every birthday.
Yes.
It was really difficult. And this happened for about 4 years. And then it got to the point where I sat down and I asked myself, like, what is it, Morgan? What is it that's keeping you, so sad and keeping you in this cycle? And it was like, I missed him. However, it was that I missed that validation, that understanding, that connection that I had with him.
Okay.
And I said, I can't go on like this. And I decided to give that validation and connection, that understanding to myself. And so when I decided to love myself, that's when the healing came, and that's when the freedom came, and that's when everything changed. So just writing this book, it was extremely therapeutic. And
Love the cover.
it's and it's great to see the cover. It's a woman who is healing herself. You know, if you go to church or someone lays hands on you to bless you and to speak over you, and so that's what she's doing. She's speaking over herself.
I like that.
And once you fall in love with yourself, that's a love affair you don't have to question. When you meet people, it's like, is this person the one, or are they going to reciprocate what I'm doing? But when it comes to yourself, you can go hard. You can love yourself nonstop all the time. And what I learned was that not only do I have to love myself and give myself love, but I had to learn how to receive it. And that was the second part. And that really came along when I wrote
That's
book
interesting.
2,
Learn how to
receiving the
receive
love.
the love.
Because a
Yes.
lot of givers have a problem just receiving in general. And so that was the case for me. So when I was loving myself, sometimes I would feel unworthy, And like, for instance, if you work nonstop to give yourself a day off, sometimes people can't do it. They're like, I need to do this, I need to do that. So you're giving yourself a day off, but you're not appreciating it. You're not receiving it and using it. So that was the second part of learning to love yourself.
Do you run into a lot of people, I'm assuming that you're focusing mostly on women?
Yes, so someone actually did a review on it, and they called it Fiction Women Empowerment. So it's not a self-help book. However, it has tips and techniques so that you can apply it to your life, but you see a character making those choices and lived it out. Because you know how some books, they give you steps, and then you have to figure out how to apply it. But in this book, it shows you how to apply it.
Great.
Yeah, and you know how cinema works. You have a beautiful story, but they always give you little subliminal messages, right? That's what they do with commercials and TV shows, and it's a similar thing with the book.
So, I don't think I'm wrong, but I see a movie coming out.
And that's what,
I really
speak
do.
up, because that's how I really feel.
Yeah. I mean, and we have to speak these things into existence.
Yes.
Call her. She's ready to do the movies, guys.
Yes, I have 3
But
books
yeah,
already. So.
no, I think it's great. I mean, it just, you think about 50 Shades of whatever the name, Grey, and all those different movies, but they all came from a book, and it came from, like you say, several, and they just started making them, and they're awesome.
And you're seeing them more and more, books to movies, books to TV shows.
So yeah, I think this is a good one on Tyler Perry.
And it's another narrative of African American life. You know?
Yeah, I love it.
And that's what we need, is different types of narratives. It's not like one narrative is worse or one's better than the other. It's just we need options so we can see different things, different representation.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us need to love ourselves. I think a lot of us don't even realize we're not loving ourselves, and that's a bigger issue. So sometimes we may think we got it all together, and we'll read your book and be like, maybe I don't quite have it all together.
It makes you question yourself, which is good, because sometimes we haven't questioned ourselves in a while. We've been doing the same thing, and we're like, this is how we do it. And we haven't questioned ourselves.
Exactly.
And that's what it does. But it's a good type of questioning of yourself.
I think
It's
I
good.
think it's a good thing, and if it's interesting and keeps you engaged, because a lot of times with certain books, you know, it'll talk about certain things, but you just don't stay engaged.
Yes, so that's the beauty. If you are really on the self-love journey,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get a lot.
Okay.
Let's say you're not, it's just entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining. So it's for all levels,
Gotcha.
you know? You know how someone can watch a movie and then it's like Game of Thrones. They can see the
Okay.
deep meaning in it, and then somebody else just like the fight scenes.
Gotcha.
But they're both enjoying the show. So that's similar to the book.
So I'm gonna hit you with a question, because
Okay.
that's what I do. So you said that, you know, you've basically been what the book is about. You know, you've transformed, you've discovered things. How has it changed you in relationships?
Well,
Not to say that you have permanent ones, but just,
No.
you know, how you're engaging with
everything changes. When the way you look at life changes, then your life changes.
mhm.
So when I started properly loving myself, and it's an ongoing journey. So I say I'm a verb, not a noun, because I'm constantly growing
like
and
that.
constantly, changing and
Verb, not a
evolving.
noun.
My relationships got better and healthier. Some relationships were shorter, and I was okay with that. I would meet people, learn my lesson, and move on. Would not be upset if it didn't last, because I got what I needed from them.
Mhm.
Everyone's not meant to be in your life for the whole time. And so I was okay with that. But once you start loving yourself, then you're aware of how you're going to be loved by others. So people are in relationships. They love each other equally, or someone loves them more, but never does someone love you less. Because
That's
you don't allow it.
That's right.
So if someone's loving you less, that shows how you love yourself. So
like that.
loving yourself is the meter of how other people love you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the best investment I ever made.
Wow.
And I have big student loans. So but that was the best investment.
And a lot of us do. That is great. Tell people how they can follow you, how they can buy the book, all that good stuff.
Yes, okay. The book is on Amazon. My website is themergebook.com, and you can find me on Facebook as well as Instagram at author Morgan B as in boy Holland.
That's
So, yeah.
terrific. Do you do any blogging to talk to people about certain subjects and things that, you know, that are dear to you?
This is amazing. Yes, so I recently had produced a list of the different issues that's tackled in the book.
Okay.
And I'll be blogging them on themergebook.com and also on my YouTube channel. The
There you
Mergebook YouTube channel. That's right on
See,
time.
we're thinking alike here. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. So guys, I need all of you to go and order this book. I want you to take another look at the cover. And the interesting part about it is her embracing her head. And I don't think I've ever seen a book that does that. Yeah. And that's very interesting. It told me a lot just from looking at the cover. But, you know, the merge, love yourself to freedom. And then move this JV Jones. Merge. The merge. Love yourself to freedom. I think a lot of us think we have it all together, and maybe after reading this book, you might discover that maybe you just don't. And I'm going to put myself in that category as well. I mean, I think there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, you never stop growing.
We're all work in progress. I think we become really stagnant when we don't think that there's any need for improvement. There's always need for improvement. If you are climbing to the next level, there has to be some improvement, and some change. So I think the fact that you even knew that you needed to write this, because that helped you improve you.
Yes. I looked at my life and the path that I was on. You know, you go to school, you get your degree, you work this job, and then you stay here, then you retire. and I didn't enjoy what I was doing. And I said I have one life, and my cousin's was cut so short. So I knew tomorrow wasn't promised. So I said I'm gonna give it my all. Doesn't work out. I dust off the degrees, get a job, and we're gonna work it for 6 to 9 months and start over and give it all up
Those
again later.
jobs will always be there.
Yeah.
And
so I
hate
just
to
took
say
the
it
leap.
like that, but
That's
yeah.
it.
And you know what? That in itself is freedom, because a lot of people talk about, you know, they're gonna leave their job and they're gonna do this and do that. But you said, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And so, guys, you need to follow her, because if you're at the point now where you're kind of thinking about that, then hit her up. Say, look, I'm thinking about this. What do you think about this? I'm sure she would love to be engaged in some of those conversations
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Social media
definitely.
handles again.
So we're gonna give your social media handles again, and how they can get this wonderful book.
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at author Morgan, B as in boy, Holland. On my website, www.themergebook.com. And I'm also on Amazon. So The Merge, Love Yourself to Freedom is on Amazon today.
That is so fantastic. So, and it's also about the young people. If she does things like she's doing, y'all can do it too. You can
Yes.
write books. You
Yes.
can do anything that you want to do. I just, it's all about the children, but also the veterans and also the seniors. Always got to throw them in there. You know, we got to look out for them. But tonight is all about Morgan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you
I
for having me.
appreciate it. We're gonna just say, in the community network, any closing remarks?
Oh, I just want to let you know that The Merge is on sale and book 2 is coming out in January. So hurry up and get this copy so you can be right on schedule for when the second one comes
There
out.
you go. That's right. And I'm gonna say, we are out of here. Make sure that you tune into DCN, DCN Entertainment, DC Nightlife. We have an event coming up where it's all about the kids.
Awesome.
5th annual Comedy with a Purpose toy drive and awards reception. Go on Eventbrite, look for that, and help support the kids and the homeless. We're going to be giving blankets to the homeless. So we're out of here. This is an exclusive, guys, compliments of In the Community Networks and DC Nightlife. I'm out of here. JV Jones and Morgan B.
B. Holland, yes.
Don't forget the B.
Right.
I'm out of here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really
Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you so much. And it's a wrap.